a split comp because you have Mercy Zen, which means you're not going to have much healing. Especially considering Mercy is mainly focused on pocketing one of the DPS.
There's a little bit of poke coming in right now. Mello actually getting taken out by what I have to assume is a damage boosted Helix Rocket. As he also dropping down and trying to cause a little bit more ruckus. However, he is the one to fall as Phantom Flex does use his Transcendence to keep the rest of his team alive. 360 was caught out away from everyone else on high ground, however. Now Phantom Flex being forced back towards his spawn. Mello actually using the Valkyrie early on. Blue Jay tosses out the bomb as well. Won't find anything that will allow him to Remake kill onto Woolly Sheik there. That's probably not what he was expecting or hoping for. Blue Jay trying his darndest to hold this point as Churn does toss out the bomb to get the remake. Still holding on to this point, 30 seconds remaining. Kills coming in for both sides, but it looks like OTW aren't budging for the time being as Churn is now demeched and taken out. 360 does have the attack visor, which he pops a little bit early here as no one is.
That's extremely early. I mean, he's getting flanked by Tilted, and I don't think he sees it. Tilted, I'm not sure if that's when you wanted to peek him.
Yeah, certainly not, especially when he has the pocket. The bomb comes out, not really finding too much, as the only bomb finds two with the Death Blossom. The bomb is out on the point, as well as both tanks. Not really getting much value here. Bob is the only one not dying. He's off into the sky, and OTW are holding this. Flank out is the only one remaining. He almost to his primal rage as well, so he's going to have that environmental knockback. Flank out actually getting Phantom Flex before he's done. SD Awesome trying his darndest to get back to point, but OTW, the defense is too strong. The first hold is real. They didn't even need a strong offense.
Who needs a strong offense if they can't get a good strong? If you got a really good defense, let's see what Flank Yada is able to do on the Zenyatta play. Kind of a shock. Oh, it's just the Transcendence. Does he get a kill? He got a kill.
Sure enough, the most infamous flex support in Novice this season for flanking and fragging, respectively.
I wonder why he's named Flank Yada.
I remember Dividing asking that in the
well, I'm better than Dividing, so therefore me.
Anyways, we do have, let's see, next map type is Assault 2CP, so that'll be geometric.
Well, as you noticed, Tilted wasn't able to play the Echo, and that's the map they lost, so just pick. So it will most likely be, since it is Geo's pick, I'm guessing they're going to be picking a more open map, probably either Volskaya or Anubis.
Probably. I believe these teams both have opted for Volskaya in the past, but who knows what they're going to play now.
I mean, Volskaya is both a very heavy sniper map and a very strong, what's it called? Echo map. So who knows? Maybe we'll get to see Tree versus Tilted on Widow. Volskaya.
Volskaya, sniper play on first point. And sure enough, OTW will be swapping over to the defense there.
Have fun swapping that many spectators.
I've done it before.
The thing that OTW just... Did you... Bye, Raider.
There we go. See, Spectate Blue is right underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spectate, the other one is right underneath that, so.
I think what OTW needs to be careful about, though, just in general, is definitely Me's over-aggression, because Me gets super over-aggressive and overextends to try and chase a kill or get some more ult charge, and that ends up costing him a lot of the time. So, like, he needs to temper that if they want to continue pressing the momentum they have right now. No. Back.
I'm assuming an animal of some kind.
Sorry, dog is trying to eat my cords.
Unfortunate.
She has eaten a number of things. 1 second.
Is that the same one that ate your internet cord?
Yes, actually.
Unfortunate.
Do you want to know how fast she ate it in? So they had about, I think they counted it was like 10 yards that was torn out of the ground and chewed through in about 15 minutes. And they were like, this looks like something they did over days. And we're like, no, it was like 15 minutes, maybe half an hour. So they're devil incarnates, and I need to throw them out of my room. 1 second.
All right, so we do have geometric ready. OTW still taking their time. They have about 2.5 minutes remaining, so that's fine. But in the meantime, we do actually have the side map picks early on for once. So that's at least a given. Not sure if we'll see any substitutes. I don't believe there are too many substitutes in the lobby. Mostly coaches, from what I can tell, aside from Rim Jazzberry on the side of Geometric and possibly Speed Boost. And maybe First Abyss on OTW? I don't recall. I'd have to check the registry.
I have returned. Looks like geometric or R.
Yeah. OTW still have about 1.5 minutes. That's no problem.
There's plenty of time. They're probably just trying to figure out what comps they want to run, whatnot. How many teams now have the Overwatch Contenders icon as their profile picture of choice? Isn't it like 4?
What now? Sorry. Contenders, officially, I think it's just one.
Is it just Geo?
Geo technically is still Gladiators. They have not. As long as they're all the same thing, I don't care.
Well, unless both teams are doing the same thing. So
yeah,
therefore,
then there's gonna be problems. But these guys are actually cooperative, as One Trick seem to be pretty dead set on their Defiant. Not that it really matters to anything on the stream. That's really just for the hosting.
That's why Expert cares very little, because we know most of the rosters.
Yes. Well, depending on the host. I just know everyone aside from a few, unless someone was traded recently, but we do have about 15 seconds remaining, so One Trick are going to have to get their stuff together. 10 and counting.
Yep. I love when teams are like, wait, why did you start? And I'm like, because you ran out of time. I told you had like a minute. Well, sorry, Sneaky, you can't say not ready because you're out of time.
We gotta go.
Better get yourselves muted.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Just as the voice. Okay, well, they have a pause.
Oh my god.
No, that's fine. That is fair. That is Blue Jays DC. Unfortunate.
Okay, so they just added another 5 minutes onto their clock so they could figure out Blue Jay. Got it.
Yep, that's fine.
I mean, that's what you're going to do.
Very
That's what
bad
you're
timing
to
to DC. I agree. Never make sure you're hiding Matt's chat. Okay. But yeah, unfortunately, the time was up, and they would have had to be going into their pause time, regardless of whether the map was technically started or not.
It was. Open my door.
The dogs are back.
They're back. No, stop eating my cables. 1 second. I need to like put something in front of my door.
Someone needs to invest in child locks, and Blue Jay may or may not need to invest in a better internet connection, as he is not back, and they're about a minute into their pause time for this map. Unfortunate, but they'll just have to do it.
I returned. There's now a shelf in front of my door.
Well, in the meantime, we are just waiting for Blue Jay to get back. Not sure what method of DC this is. you know, if it's a purposeful attempt to restart their computer because they might have experienced frame drops or something like that, or if it's just the internet happened to cut out right at that moment, which would be extremely unfortunate.
Oh Lord,
Technically, but no,
what just happened?
they trying to push through your barricade.
No, I don't know what happened. Like my game froze. I'm not sure what's going on. Other than now, I'm not full screen and I'm concerned. No, you're fine.
No, for now we'll be fine. Be right back. Is more if there's an issue that there is no pause time being. Oh,
Well,
Hedwig
there
is now
goes my
gone.
there goes my Overwatch.
Unfortunate.
Hedwig's having technical difficulties. Don't worry, I can cast without seeing the games.
Just listen to the play by play.
I mean, that'll probably give me a decent amount of what's happening.
And now he's back.
Let me just make sure I'm full screen. All right, you can invite me whenever.
Where'd you go? There you are.
The Windows on
Oh.
The window.
It puts you in on OTW.
I can play now. Don't worry.
Whoops, wrong thing. Got it.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries. Initiating a match.
I feel like that would be very not balanced if I was an OTW sub.
Just a little bit, you know.
Just a tiny bit.
Okay, Blue Jay is in fact coming. So he will be hopefully returning in the next minute and 40 seconds, give or take.
We can hope.
In the meantime, OTW are, of course, on the defense. We haven't seen what they want to play, but I would not be shocked to see, honestly, something similar to what they played in the last part of Gibraltar there on defense with the Widow and Soldier.
I definitely agree with that. It's what worked for them best. And why would you really change what worked? Unless, of course, you know that they're going to be running some very strange. Unfortunately, Tree, I cannot sub. That would be extraordinarily unbalanced. I am like 4K. I am like literally 4K.
Well, yeah.
So
okay, and Blue Jay does seem to be back. So stop. Pause timer. They had about 40 seconds, 45 seconds remaining in their pause for the rest.
So if Blue Jay has an issue, good luck.
You're gonna have is already set, and they are ready to go. So we're actually gonna see the picks here, thankfully.
Well, we have another, it's like 15 seconds to wait until their heroes are assembled, and then I'm guessing we'll have no idea what's happening with attack until like 5 seconds before, because people on attack usually meme around and spawn. Seth Workins.
Yeah, so don't take anything Geometric are playing too seriously at the moment, unless they just go full meta in the spawn itself, then we can assume they're
Which
probably...
is what they're doing. So
yeah.
This is probably what they're running, except for a couple swamps. Other stuff, they're choosing to run the Hog Sigma again. Oh, poor me. He has 1900 ping.
Unfortunate. They do have a little bit of time to get it sorted out, and they have a little bit of...
Oh, that's Jay's. Oh.
Well, Sigma on almost 2 seconds of ping, I'm sure is going to be lovely. But
just he'll try and like throw out a shield for a diva bomb, and it'll be like after he's dead. Yeah, this is... I just worry that Mii's gonna overextend again, especially because they are running the Sombra, and Sombra just shuts down a Hog so quickly.
Puncher holding so incredibly far back gives Geometric the ability to just, walk straight through the choke point. Blue Jay getting hacked up, and Elk is down, not quite dead yet. A lot of pressure coming in onto the back line, however, and it looks like Geometric are already on the point, looking to take that first tick. I'm not sure if they'll be able to take it, as like 60 is attempting the point. Sure enough, the tick is yielded as you are trying to find the ground. Captain Descendant with the points slowly ticking up. They'll be given 2 ticks for free. Woolly Sheep and Tilted, however, they will fall. One Trick now have the advantage.
One Trick are winning this fight. The problem is because they decided to hold so far back, they gave up 2 ticks within a minute, which is not something you'd like to see. Oh, poor Turd.
Turd gets yeeted off the map there.
Not sure if he... Actually, I think he died from the rock as he was trying to get yeeted off the map.
Close enough.
Either way.
79.7% yielded of the point with about 2.5 minutes remaining by the time Geometric get back.
Gio's probably pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Especially for a first fight without ults.
Rather passive hold here still from One Trick, just allowing Geometric to walk up to them. On the point, Me gets hacked up and completely melted there, as Blue Jay is forced to drop down to the points to the rest of his team. However, he is now getting focused down. 360 will find Woolly Sheep, however, and Phantom Flex will toss out the
they got a touch, okay.
The Transcendence to keep Blue Jay alive. However, he does fall to Tilted.
They got a touch.
They do have Eagle debuff on the point, actually surviving for a decent amount of time. Eagle does survive the bomb, but Me does not! Turd does get taken down by
I don't know who's winning
Pfizer.
this. I think it's OTW?
I'm not sure
don't
about that. As Eagle...
Wait, they're gonna slide!
Yep.
They won that fight too! No!
Well, I'm not sure if that was quite a C9, as Prince Xu was booping everyone off the point with his Primal Rage. That was just a good ultimate there from the main tank of Geometric Phantom, and Me will promptly toss themselves
It's a good ult, and then also just kind of unfortunate because they gave up 2 ticks so early on.
Yeah, but that also had a symptom of where they're holding, as they just kind of let Geometric walk in for free. Going past the point itself. Early
it just insta-killed Tilted.
Yeah, Tilted was so incredibly low there, didn't have enough health to sustain through anything past the initial leap. And sure enough, yeah, Zexu will fall soon after. Tree looking for some late picks there, not finding too much.
This is a very good position though for Tree, as if you notice on the enemy side, there's not a single person on the side of Geometric. Oh, he actually catches out SD with his boop. But there's no one on the side of Geometric that can really catch him out, so I'm not sure why he backed up. I would have kept
preempting the dive there.
I would have kept sitting up there until they got a little bit closer, so you could have tried to get some amount of chip damage.
EMP comes in, only finding the front line. Mello does toss out the Valkyrie. Phantom Flex also getting rather low, taken out by the Austin. Eagle debuff does take out Zexu, however. Tilted Waffle does copy Sigma, not finding too much. Will cause a little bit of ruckus in the backline, actually taking out Eagle debuff, and later on 360. So it looks like Geometric are starting to find the kills necessary. It will at least yield a tick. With about 3 minutes remaining, second tick soon.
Phantom's the only one who can touch.
They can't. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, he's gonna need to touch with his Transcendence because there's no way he's gonna get on otherwise. And he's nine.
Booped off.
No, he just ran off.
Oh, unfortunate. The lack of communication.
That was an actual C9 because he ran off because his Transcendence was about to end. The problem is no one else touched. As you
that's
see,
about 3 minutes double cap there for Geometric, and OTW are gonna have to find some way to bring it back. You know, they need a pretty strong attack. They need to double cap themselves with some time in the bank if they want to do anything other than lose.
and they're probably gonna want to get plus 2 minutes on the clock just so they can try and lower that time bank because of the new rules in place old new rules in place for control or whatever type this is. I'm tired.
Do have what looks like traditional dive on the attack here, but of course they're on spawn, so don't take that too seriously. Nothing too
I doubt they'll run out on this.
Nothing too surprising about the defense here. We've seen them run this in the past to success, specifically on.
There's no. Oh, apparently there is a way that EM versus Hyperflex is done already. Okay. Well, that's fast.
Interesting. But we're worried
Really
about this
fast.
game at the moment, and they're actually running out on almost legacy
Here,
dive.
this is true dive, except you have Moira Lucio instead of like Mercy Zen or whatever you'd usually run, like Ana Lucio, whatever.
So this is almost legacy dive.
Not entirely sure why you're opting to run a Genji, especially when you're not running an Ana to Nano Blade.
Well, it works because the dive takes out SD Awesome until the Dwello are soon to follow. However, Me does get a little bit overly aggressive on out in the little building there. Will fall. But Willy Sheep is now gone. Churd is out of mech. In OTW, apparently this is something they've been practicing as they've been finding the fix necessary. Blue Jay is demech, so they don't have any more tanks online whatsoever. Unfortunately for Geometric in the defense, 360 and Igglybuff doing quite a lot of work here as they secure the point. I don't know if they're going to be able to contest or if they want to contest.
Well, I can actually see why this comp works. We were talking about me and Blue Jay kind of being a bit of feeds sometimes. Guess what? Dive doesn't really need tanks to live. Most of the members of Dive can live on their own, and Tree and Igglybuff are both very proficient, so if this works, good on them for figuring out a comp that works. Oh.
SD finds a really early pick on left, and that's going to completely halt any momentum the offense had there. The jump fails for Me, but the elevator comes to the rescue, but he decides to back out anyways.
No 5-minute cap.
No, but they still have approximately twice the time that the had into this fight, so they will have more time. Pulse bomb attempts, not finding anything, but it will force Willy Sheep to think a little bit more about his positioning in the future. It was very nearly there.
I couldn't tell if it was aimed for Woolly Sheep or for Tilted. Tilted actually opted to copy the Genji.
They break the bubble and Prince X2 falls as well as Churd's mech falling. Churd in earnest will fall soon after Tilted Waffle gets popped out of the duplicate. Mellow does fall, but unfortunately that's the only kill coming in favor of Geometric here. SD trying to stall out the point, but he's forced to translocate almost immediately. One take already given. Me preemptively popping the primal range.
Nice
almost
EMP.
Everyone is EMP'd on point. Mellow not quite, but he's not on point. However, the kills still aren't coming in. They're all staggered. Tilted Waffle coming back on the Doomfist, not finding anything with his punch. Igglybuff finally tosses out the blade. Will find his flank out almost immediately. Trying to take down Tilted as well. Will not get the pick, but Me is there to save the day. Prince X uses his primal rage to try and boot them off the points. Beat comes in incredibly late, as well as Churd tossing in the bomb. Will take out Me, who jumped right on top of it.
Was he trying to bubble it?
I don't think so, because he just used bubble. I think he was just trying to get out of the way. Both Coalescence is coming out, and it looks like the kills and the ultimates are coming back for Geometric for the time being. As Blue Jay does get the next here, Wonder. So losing Seam in this fight, they will be slowly backing out. Just a little bit under 2 picks taken, 360. Trying his darndest before yielding.
That's unfortunate. That was just
fun.
That's a bit of a 2CP moment, in all honesty.
Yeah. Lack of target focus. I mean, you see it in Expert, let alone in Novice, so nothing to be ashamed of.
So,
oh,
definitely. I mean, lack of target focus and also just some weird ultimates. Nilo didn't really have a reason to pop that beat, as far as I could tell. Igglybuff's blade didn't get as many kills as they wanted, things like that.
Dive does come in and claim the high ground of Me's top, and just sort of chilling there in the corridor. The counter dive does come in from Sexu, but he almost immediately yields the high ground again. Blue Jay getting incredible. Oh! Tree finding too! Woolly Sheep and Tilted Waffle. That's a huge amount of damage and healing now gone from the side of Geometric. Igglybuff getting incredibly close to his next blade, but Blue Jay is demech alongside his counterpart in Churd. The target focus is not quite there. Igglybuff does have his blade, but not really needing it for the time being. Flanked out, and the other one stalling on the point. Tree finding kill there. Iggle dies with blade, so he doesn't get the opportunity to use it. Woolly Sheep and Tilted both back me, trying to take out anyone who staggers back in. Coalescence does come in from Phantom Flex, so a little bit of extra damage there. Prince X now on to stall. The time bank is now significantly lower than what Geometric had capped, but they're not out of it yet. There's still over 2 minutes remaining, so this is possible. They almost capped two ticks there, but not quite, as Blue Jay is back up. Huge EMP coming in. Igglybuff pops a blade. Mellow uses the B as well. Iggle finds
again!
but has an affinity with these bombs. Blue Jay finding Ishi, however, is a nice turn. I'm not sure W have the tilted awful copies of the Moira of all things. Just for extra healing in the Coalescence, probably. However, he's almost caught. Yeah, he is caught out of that duplicate. But now, of course, the way Igglybuff trying to do him in the background doesn't look like it'll work too well for him as he gets bullied out by the Winston. This fight has been going on for what feels like an eternity at this point. 360, the only one really finding kills at this point as OTW are all falling down. They still can't cap that elusive second point.
OTW is doing excellent on these entrances, usually helped by a DPS popping off. And then there's just no target focus. They can't get kills, they can't secure this, and also the ultimates on the other side are just a lot stronger and a lot better usage. Also, please, for the love of God, learn to avoid a Diva Bomb and don't jump into it twice. Dear Lord.
It's magnetic.
Not really!
SD Awesome actually swaps over to the Symmetra in the stall there. As Willy Sheep and Flinketta both use their ultimates, SD already has his Symmetra ultimate. Iggo falling to Tilted Waffle in the backline there. Tilted almost to his duplicate once again, just used it recently. And yeah, Blue Jay getting DMAX. This is a much less clean engage for OTW. No top-off potential here. Not even close to that second pick quite yet. The late Primal coming in does take out SD, but that's about all he can get before he has to disengage. 30 seconds remaining. This is do or die if OTW wants
it's actually do or draw, considering it's physically impossible. It's die or draw, considering it's physically impossible for them to cap this point with any time remaining, which means it's a guaranteed draw or loss for them if they can even cap it.
Yeah,
draw is still better than a loss, though.
Yep. Thinking the exact same thing there, as the ultimates are rather heavily in favor of Geometric. Just waiting for OTW to engage. Beat comes out. Blue Jay tosses in the bomb from the backline. Not sure if we'll find anything, especially with SD also on the wall coming in. B once again playing Symmetra, but Tilted now on this Reaper, forcing out the front line from OTW to get away from the point. Prince actually trying his darndest to cause a ruckus here. Probably going to be tossing the primary. Sure enough. 360 You have Blue Jay getting DMAC as well, but he does find Willy Sheep in the DMAC. Igglybuff finding Turd as well as Prince Exu, but that's the awesome. They actually do find the second tick here. There's no way they cap all three. It's really just Flinketta for the time being, trying his best to stall. But it looks like they actually stall. Wow. That was something else, to be honest. I guess it just takes OT timer to...
I mean, that was Igglybuff popping his Q as well. My quick question is, Milo, you really need to work on your beat usage. Like, I think that's the third questionable beat you've had. Twice you've used them at random times that haven't seemed to have any sort of value. And the third time was an engage beat, which, just a tip for those of you learning Zenyatta's, coming from my friend Baz, aka the Contenders Trials player, don't engage beat, because all they have to do is just walk backwards, and then your beat gets no value, which is exactly what Geometric did.
Well, at the very least, OTW has the opportunity to stall out this series ever so longer, as we are 1-1, and Geometric have the opportunity to regain the lead. OTW has the opportunity to delay Geo gaining the lead, and possibly gaining the lead themselves for the first time this series. Well, nothing too crazy coming in from either side here. Come to expect.
Well, except for that Brig, but I was like, there's no way that Brig would stay. I've seen in scrims some Brigs run this week, but I'd highly doubt that it would be run in a match, considering they would have had time to practice it. Actually opts for the Ana.
Interesting, but not
It's for the Nano, most likely. Just if you get a good Nano target, either Monkey or probably like a copied Echo, you just roll.
Yeah, especially since Flinketta is, again, one of the only Anas that's gotten away with it consistently in Novice.
Flank is just nuts.
He honestly is rather good. Nice anti-nade coming in on both me and Igglybuff.
Oh, he's gonna die here, I bet.
Getting incredibly low, will have to disengage. Not quite healed up. Taking a lot of damage. Milo actually getting incredibly low and will fall there. Me falling through the burst damage. Blue Jay fighting Tilted, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough here.
It's a decent amount of damage, and Tree actually fighting SD plus Turd's mech. It could flip.
They have to touch! Eagle does get onto point with just barely enough time remaining, but Eagle does fall now. Blue Jay and Phantom Flex on the point. Turd does fall, and it looks like it's only Prince Exu on the point. Phantom actually gets hit. It's Goomba Stomp there. Tilted coming back, but he's going to have to disengage. OTW delay what felt like the inevitable for a little bit longer, but
Except
are going to be having fast response.
well, a lot fast response, and they're not going to have one of their hard carry DPS and their main source of healing, which is going to be very risky for them, especially considering they're running into Nano. Copy probably will come up mid ult. Basically every ult on Geometric.
Sure enough, they engage on the side of the point. SD Awesome flanking around, trying to find the attack. Too much. Nano comes out on the Prince Exu. Phantom Flex tosses in the Coalescence. Blue Jay tosses in the bomb. Prince Exu didn't even notice the bomb was directly behind it on flank. Yada just was getting booped out of the way. That's going to be another hold for Wondrick as Geometric are on the back foot.
Pretty sure that was a fat finger.
And that's
that's
the fat
actually
finger they would have wanted because that
now they don't have EMP Blossom.
Yeah.
Oh no, now they
They
don't
do
have
still have some ults, but that's
but they have no ult that actually combos well with EMP now. Well, on the other side, all they popped was Miracle, so they're gonna have 5 ults. Or sorry, they popped Nano.
You hate to see it if you're Eagle. Maybe you can have a hero moment. Nice early EMP to engage there as Woolly Sheep is getting incredibly low, but Tree does fall. Woolly Sheep does pop the beat, and another EMP coming out from SD, but really only finding Eagle and Heath. Beat coming out from Mellow. 2 bombs coming out for Geometric.
Oh my god!
But nothing really happening there aside from Blue Jay getting beat next. Prince Exu using his ultimate to attempt to boop everyone off point. Another bomb coming in from Tilted. Won't find anything, but there's not much else to find here as Eagle is desperately trying to do something on point.
He actually
very
built up
close.
80% to his ultimate, and if he had his ult there, I think that fight would have gone differently.
Oh.
Victory.
Honestly,
honestly.
that fat finger really was unfortunate for the side of OTW. I think if they had that ult, they could have drawn that.
Play
I mean,
of
even
the
without
game.
it, Igglebop almost built up another one. He was 80%.
That's tragic. You hate to see it.
I love that. I think one bomb couldn't hit the Diva Mech, but the other one did, and then he just threw out a second bomb.
Yup.
The power of Echo.
Well, Geometric once again take the lead in the series, up 2-1. Whew.
This is about as close as the last one, if I remember correctly, which is nice to see. It's just some very... It's very apparent to me that the biggest weakness OTW is having is just a bit of overextension and not really understanding how to properly use their ultimates and target focus. If they can fix those 3 things, one of which being rather big and the other 2 being smaller, I think they absolutely can win this series. But if they don't, it's going to be questionable for me.
Yeah, well, we do have One Trick Wonders picking the map. It'll be hybrid, so I'm assuming King's Row, but you know, Eichenwald.
Poor Ike. Ike has to try and play against Kings and Holly.
Yup, Igglebop. It's a fat finger, confirms it in chat. Unfortunate. Geometric choose defense.
Have you met Chard? Yeah, I'm guessing. I think seeing some of Churd's bombs, I've seen that happen. It'll probably be King, but who knows? Maybe they'll decide, you know, let's just try Eichenwald. Probably not, but
Yeah, sure enough, Kings is
Yeah.
the call. So we will be going to the jolly old city of London. Actually, spoilers for Edinburgh versus Hyperflex is Edinburgh 3-0. No real surprises there. I think big reason they got as far as they did last week against Edinburgh, Hyperflex that is, probably because they had the element of surprise. Let's see.
Edinburgh is second, Hyperflex is second to last. Yeah, that's not surprised.
No, I think a lot of people or expecting somewhat of a closer game, just because it went to map 5 last week. But there's a lot of factors that went into that map 5. Regardless,
Did they play last week?
yeah,
Oh, they played why?
twice in a row, because that's how the Swiss bracket worked.
Oh, we're in the middle of the Swiss bracket. That's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
We're in the very start of the Swiss bracket.
Okay. Well, that's a bit.
Yeah. So, let's see. Hold on.
I'm gonna go get a glass of water. 1 second.
I don't see any more calls coming in for subs or whatnot, but granted, these teams have about 2.5 minutes remaining, so they should be fine for the time being. Drink of water there. So, let's see. We do have a Raider coming in for Tilted. I do want to check that person is, in fact, on the roster. That name does not ring a bell.
All right, I'm back, and it looks like Raider in for Tilted. Is that a joke?
See, I don't think that person is on the roster unless they're newer. Let me check.
Let's check the.
SD? No.
No.
Woolly Sheep is, if it's a newer player, let's see. I don't see. Yeah,
I don't see Raider ever mentioned in any channel.
No, so I'm assuming that's a coach or something.
Raider in for Tilted.
I don't see them listed.
Unless oh, it's Pasty.
Oh, okay. Pasty was picked up a while ago.
And this is why you need to be on your mains.
Oh, he did sign up. I know he has Pasty BattleNet, but he might have signed up on Raider.
Okay.
That's just confusing. Please, just sign up on an alt that has like your actual name or makes it more obvious, because I had no clue who that was. Anyways, you do have about 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Pasty's fine.
Yeah, Pasty's fine. He's been on the roster for a while.
Interesting that they decided to swap out Raider and Pasty. Not Raider and Pasty, Raider and Tilted. Especially when Raider is a tank player.
I have seen him play a little bit of DPS in the past.
But so it's Tilted. Why would you swap out Tilted?
I don't know. Because they probably have practiced this. They're extremely confident. I don't know. I would imagine this is not just a meme toss.
I doubt it.
OTW has been keeping it way too close, and in all fairness, if Eagle didn't fat finger that Death Blossom, he probably could have.
Oh no, guaranteed. Like, well, considering Lucio got caught in the EMP and everyone was so close together, I guarantee Eagle Bebop's ult would have killed a lot of them, or at least one or two.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just that Raider's their Reaper player.
Eagle has also played a decent amount of, or not Eagle, SD has also played a decent amount of Reaper in the past. Generally, they'll have Xful come in as the Sombra.
Who?
Xful. It's another DPS player.
Oh, yeah. Maybe Xful wasn't available, so they're trying to run this comp, and Raider's their, Raider is a Reaper player, so they just have SD on Sombra.
Probably. I don't believe Tilted is generally too comfortable on the meta. Although he has had a pretty decent Reaper in the past, but I think SD's a stronger Reaper player.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? Well,
either way,
it out as it happens.
Yeah, Tree was just looking for a quick widow pick, and then he swapped over to the standard Sombra.
Oh, wow. Gets completely melted, lets his shield burn down a bit too low, and that's about the end of that. Geometric hold on to the point for at least a little bit longer.
Well, that was a 30-second fight.
If you want to call it a fight, sure.
30 seconds, me dies, and they can't do anything about it.
Once again, take two me. I don't even get a chance to start saying what's happening before he dies. Come on, man.
There is no play-by-play casting when it's just, oh, me died, time to back out.
And that's that. Eagle gets hacked up and melted. And
He's
once
died
again,
so
30
He's died so early that me is at 23, Prince Exu is at 80% to his ultimate.
Yeah, if you put their ult charges together, you almost have a full ult.
You have like a full ult and then like 10%.
He's
And
hacked
he
up
gets
and
hacked
anti.
again. Oh my god.
But there's no capitalization on it as they just hold up in the hotel there, trying once again, getting incredibly low. Nice block, but he misses the charge, and Eagle can't reflect. Blue Jay all fall. Me, not the first to die, but
He dies
yeah,
eventually.
didn't really get an opportunity to do what he
Did
wanted
he
to there.
not notice that? Did they not notice that Prince Exu was back there?
Oh no, definitely not. I think Me heard the sound cue and flipped around. He actually could have blocked it if he was positioned a little bit to the right, his right. But
I'm just wondering because I thought they saw Zexu like,
early
massive.
Graviton coming in. However, the EMP is there for SC Awesome. Return EMP coming out for Tree, but there's nothing really follow. Everyone's already dead by the time it settles. Prince does fall, however, so there is
Actually, that's both tanks. They're not going to have a tank. Lucio's going to have to go back. They have an opportunity here to try and get a very early fight, except Tree dies.
Yeah, Tree unfortunately got caught out there.
And
looks
considering
like-
how fast Zexu, yeah, they're back. Their window's gone when Tree died. That's unfortunate.
He once again hacked up, bubbled this time, but they know he has Shatter. Prince getting incredibly aggressive there. A lot of ults coming out. Nice Shatter coming in from me, but he will get anti. Just melted. Eagle fighting
Eagle.
quite a lot. As they will collapse in onto point. Church subsequently falling.
Just a bit too aggressive play from Geometric. They got a bit cocky. Zexu randomly throws at the Shatter. Churd grab doesn't really... It catches them. The problem is they all get shattered by me. Raider's ultimate gets basically nothing. So, and then Wooly's beat came in way too early.
Yeah, already they're pushing out ahead of the choke point. No one actually on point. Actually, no, Mellow is on point for the time being. They do not want to be held, and Tree actually finally gets the revenge he's been looking
He
for
traded.
either.
He finally got their revenge
They're
kill. The problem
still
is
pushing up. Me's getting incredibly low, however. But Raider is also low in his own right. Not too much frontline pressure on either side. Prince getting incredibly low. Will have to back up around the corner. Excuse me. Early nano coming in onto Zexu. The Graviton by Blue Jay to force any lack of value. Charge comes in onto Zexu. Actually gets the better of Zexu there. Me was getting incredibly low, but will not fall. OTW wants the second point. Shatter comes in, will find two, and secures two more kills. Blue Jay lighting up the kill feed, getting the final blows there, but this is a mistake, a team effort. So
Don't
OTW
like-
is dominant.
don't like that Shatter though. That was
No.
a bit of a waste.
A little
Especially
bit of
because
a momentum shatter, you know.
well, the only problem is now you're going to be running into five ults on the other side when you now only have 2, when you would have had 3. That being said, it is EMP Blossom, probably one of the best combos in the game, maybe only matched by EMP Shatter. So,
EMP coming in onto Geometric rather early, but 360 falls. However, the kills are starting to come in on the side of One Trick Wonders. That's exactly what they wanted. Eagle does lose the Reaper 1v1. The Feet and the Death Blossom come in from Raider and Wooly respectively. Me is antied and will get bursted down. But OTW do not want to give up this point, as this really just supports on the point for the time being. Wooly incredibly low, will not fall. They're actually moving it on the target focus is not going to Blue Jay Graviton!
Blue Jay
corner.
chucks the grab. I mean, that wins it, Matt. It wins it, Matt, because Zexu can't touch, which actually...
That was actually incredible play by Blue Jay there. He's been a huge standout player all season long, and that's a big reason why he's playing smart.
It was risky, definitely, because... Oh, that... Well, that's a team fight win. Bit excessive, considering that was 3 ults, but... you know,
yeah, they
it
honestly
won.
could have probably just EMP grabbed and then the anti-gain already hit, so everyone was already dead by that point.
Or, you know, just grab Nano.
That too. You know,
Like-
whatever worked.
Although, usually Nano, I've noticed, is usually used to build another ult.
Yeah. You have a little bit of a somber duel coming out in the backline here. 360 not winning it. However, the Coalescence does turn around.
Oh, the bubbles from blue!
Mello being the only one getting caught in that shadow, but it doesn't really matter. As Igglybuff counters it by using his Death Blossom, finding 3 with it. And then later on, Raider, aka Pasty, which part is slowly moseying in onto point.
Blue's showing how Blue's showing how smart he is, because if he didn't bubble that, I think at least 4 members would have gone down.
Nice charge onto Prince Exu from me here.
Are they gonna touch?
They will
do.
actually. Raider does get the last second touch in. The kills are still coming in thanks to Igglybuff on the side of OTW as ST Austin gets incredibly low. Woolly Sheep can't contest for very long, flanked out on top.
Oh, Raider gets hacked with his ultimate!
Raider gets taken out, and it looks like another zoning grab. for
Wait,
the
it
Crow
touches
Strike,
He touches
but he
him!
does actually touch. Beat coming
Willie-
out from Mello.
Willie's
Miss
got to
Will
build up his beat. If he does, they have a chance here.
trying his darndest. He does actually get it off. Raider does use the Death Blossom. Will
Oh,
take
and it
out
catches
me.
me!
0.02 meters away, Mello is waiting. I don't think they realize that he's there. No, he does go in, but the stick kills are once again coming in favor of One Trick Wonders. Mello just doing his own Reddit Lucio thing on point, finally getting taken out, and they will have to back up with 0.02 meters away from point.
If that grab was like a fraction, well, if it was a fraction of a meter farther away, then Zexu wouldn't have actually touched it, and they would have won.
However, the EMP does come in pitches everyone but Woolly Sheep, but he doesn't have his feet anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Zexu getting incredibly low. They will not actually take him out. Graviton coming
Oh,
in
that's
from
so big. That's
and
so
the kills
big.
are coming.
Yeah.
One Trick Wonders have about 30 seconds remaining. What are you thinking of the ult economy here, Edwin? Oh, Mello!
Oh, poor
I
Mello.
didn't even
I mean,
realize.
they have Iggle, and they have me, and they have Grab. They should win this next fight, considering they're only going to Zex's Shatter, and unless he can somehow fake out me, he's probably not going to hit that many.
Do have Raider hiding behind them. He is waiting for them to push forward so he can possibly bully the backline. Very strong patience here from Raider. Not quite pushing up yet, but now he is going in onto the supports.
Oh.
Not finding too much quite yet. Iggle actually dies mid Death Blossom there. The kills going back and forth, but it looks like Geometric are coming out in favor here. Blue Jay incredibly low. Already used his Graviton, not finding any value out of it. Geometric, very strong force to be reckoned with at the moment, especially with the beats. They're just too chunky on the health bars. Nice EMP coming out from
big.
360, but it doesn't really matter. Valiant effort. I mean, really couldn't do anything else.
I feel like I should probably stop saying really big EMP when it's one of those like last second EMPs, because yeah, of course you're gonna hit every single member of the enemy team. They're all around you trying to kill you.
Solid offense, but very winnable if you're Geometric.
Oh,
Obviously,
absolutely.
they're gonna want to win it, because if they win this, they take the series 3-1. Actually, speaking of 3-1, Wisdom defeats Seattle Battle Cattle 3-1. So Seattle actually managed to take the map.
And I kind of hope this goes 3-1, because if this ends up being, well, it physically can't be a draw, but if this ends up going to OTW, we have a problem, because we might run out of time and have to delay our match a bit. Because both you and I think are going to whatever expert match we're going.
I think it's like New versus...
Oh no, it's
Easy?
Love Muffin versus Chengdu,
Oh, yeah, that one.
which is sad. That's gonna be sad.
Probably a stop, but we'll worry about that when we get there.
We'll focus on that later. Right now, Raiders just doing the same thing that Tree did, just looking for a pick. I almost guarantee he's going to hit literally no one, considering who the hell would peek on this team besides maybe Reaper? Or Rhine, I guess, to get a Fire Strike, but Widow can't one-shot Orion. Never could and never should be able to. I once actually saw a concept for Widow's ultimate being like, it just makes her shots if they're fully charged to one-shot, and like, that is a terrible idea. That is awful.
Raider looking for quick pick here, not finding anything as OTW are holed up in the little hotel there.
Actually, it's not a quick pick as he's walking out on it.
Eagle actually gets caught out Raider decides to
okay, finally noticed this combo on point.
However, it might not matter as the picks are coming in for Geometric. This might be incredibly fast first point take as the Awesome does get taken out there in the back line, but it doesn't really matter.
I was not expecting the Widow to stay or to work, but good job on catching Eagle. I think that was more just because I don't think Eagle Bob was expecting the Widow either and was playing aggressive into their team to just get insta headshot.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some. Sometimes you just eat lead. Eagle just happened to eat lead. Tree trying to punish Raider as much as possible, not quite getting there, but forcing him to use his grappling hook back up to the high ground. Actually, now drop back down to low ground, so we have a ground Widow, as it were. A little bit of poke war coming out on this corner, but nothing really happening. Engages. Now we have a huge shatter coming in from Zexu, as well as the full essence coming in from flank Yada, which will take out the vast majority of OTW.
There's not much you can do about that. I think Mii's shield actually got broken.
Yep, it's just one of those moments where
Oh,
you kind of see it coming, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, Mii probably was like, he's gonna shatter, down.
And in the meantime, you have 360 in the back line.
Probably trying to hide for the EMP, considering he was fighting Woolly Sheep on point and had to TP out. They're looking most likely for EMP Shatter here. That's the combo I'd at least expect to see. As he's gonna have it. The problem is
I get the opportunity as the EMP comes in for Geometric first. One Trick Wonder is forced to back up a little bit. Charge coming in onto Raider will actually get taken down. Nice shatter, don't even need the EMP. Turd.
Oh, I don't know if you needed the shatter either, considering you'd already killed two, but eh.
You take what you can get here, in all honesty. You know, one step at a time, he's been improving over time.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, especially because now that you have Tree, Blue, Eagle, and Mellow's ults, you'll probably see... I don't want them using more than 2 ults here unless the enemy team pops 2 ults or something, because I'd expect Grav to force out the beat and then to EMP it. Or if they don't beat, then to just kill the Grav, because...
Okay, we have SDOs packed up both. Graviton's coming up, it looks like
Woolly?
That good old Australian ping. As Flank Yada gets charged, eats the better half of Mii's shoulder.
Woolly I just see, like, as the grab comes out, I see Woolly trying to hero play in. Everyone gets EMP'd, 3 die, and then let's break it down. That's a little late, I think.
It is worth noting that Woolly is Australian.
So he has very high ping, so I'm not going to put too much trauma on that.
Death Blossom coming in from Eagle, but he doesn't find the value he needed there as the rest of Geometric were alive and well. Shatter coming in from Zexu, finding the kills necessary is the lessons coming out from OTW this time around, not doing much other than just healing everyone up.
And unfortunately, it does look like Geometric is going to cap this, as they now have basically a point to cap for them to win this series 3-1.
Basically, yeah, and they have about 4 minutes to do it. One Trick do have the ultimates necessary to solve for this little while, but Geometric are coming up on some of their own. Zexu getting incredibly low there as well as SD.
To be fair though, this last point is, if you're going to hold for 4 minutes, okay. Not sure if you wanted both tank ults.
Yeah, probably not, but it does prevent Geometric's push for the time being, as Zexu is staggered.
I think that's... Sorry.
No.
I think that's kind of like the motto I've been seeing of this, is I don't know if you really needed one of those ults OTW, which has been costing them just a tiny bit. Because popping both of those ults, now you're going to have EMP, but you're not going to have anything to combo with it.
EMP coming out as well as the Blossom.
Massive EMP on the other side though!
Find all 6 and will actually completely turn the tide of that fight that was looking hopeless in the favor of the defenders. What else she wrote? 3 minutes remaining. Geometric used up 2 ults there, and they're not getting them back for some time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that Raider's ult gets canceled by that EMP, which is enormous considering, otherwise I think a decent number would have died before that beat had have actually hit.
Immediately Geometric coming back. Me shatters into a shield, unfortunate, but what can you do? Zexu finds, I believe that was 3 with the shatter of his own, and they clean up. Now pushing in Ernest. The third point, Eagle desperately trying to get out, but he's going to be staggered here. Yeah, the entirety of Geometric was there and ready. So Geo basically has to cap all 3 points here.
Blue Jay's going to have his ultimate. Wooly's going to have Beat, but if they can pump enough damage in here, honestly, Beat can't necessarily stop a good grab.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Yeah, well, we have to wait and see what he does as Geometric is pushing forward. Graviton is onto the point itself. Me finds a charge onto it. I believe that was sure onto the point. Eagle finding all the kills necessary.
I guess Wooly just chooses not to pop it at all when he sees the grab. Maybe it was a bit of that Australian ping, and then he realizes that everyone's dead.
But they do have a little bit less than 2 minutes, and he now has the beat for
Beat
the next
EMP,
fight.
and they'll get Shatter probably mid thing. So will me. Tree gets hacked, but he's bubbled.
Oh, he's fine.
Mostly.
He's with his side.
Yeah.
It would take a miracle for him to get picked off there, as he does. Teleport up to the high ground, but immediately forced off by Eagle, who is waiting for a good opportunity for his Death Blossom, but 6-man EMP coming in from SD.
And that's gonna be that pretty much. Unless the miracle play by someone. Nope,
No,
they're all dead.
unlikely.
Flank.
And I don't even think they can touch that, ladies and gentlemen. It's an incredibly close series, but Geometric will take it.
Victory.
3-1. You have to wonder if Eagle didn't fat finger that one Death Blossom, if we could have been going to Busan, but unfortunately we will not get the answer to that question, as Geo proved better in 3 separate maps. That's all they need.
Yep. And I mean, it was a very good series to watch. I think I do not think OTW should be disappointed with that. I think what they need to realize is that was close, and if they just work on a couple key things, that is absolutely a game they can win.
Yeah, certainly. Now, let's see.
Interview time. Except Geo is leaving, so
They still have some people in.
yeah. Usually it's the enemy team that leaves.
Pasty? Okay.
Sure. In for one map?
Where is Pasty? There he is. We're in casting booth 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. He might be server muted. Give me a second. Yep. Okay, there we go. Welcome, Pasty.
Hey.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you, thank you.
You're only in for one map, but you certainly made a difference.
Like
I'd
I
say-
said during the match, I'm feeling like Chips, man.
Uh,
The one map wonder.
Well, it certainly worked. So my first question would have to be, what was what was going through your head when you decided, you know what, I'm going to stick on this Widowmaker for all of first point and actually run it?
I was thinking, maybe it would have worked if I got a few picks, but I only got like maybe one, maybe two, and then I forced.
worked, so
The pick did work. The pick did work, and then I was just in like, okay, maybe it might work. And then I was like, never mind. And I just started going back, and I'm like, okay, should I play McCree or Reaper? And they're like, Reaper. And I'm like, okay, I'll just switch to that. And then we the rest.
yeah. I mean,
Sure enough. You got anything, Edward?
going into this series, obviously, last time this went 3-2 in your favor once again.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anyone you were particularly nervous?
When it comes to being nervous, I think most of us were really just looking out for 360. Other than that, we just played our game. We know our win conditions, and we just played.
Yeah, I mean, you played very nicely. I think most mistakes were probably on the side of OTW.
Yeah. We did have some few errors when it comes to like compositional stuff or just like communication, but other than that, we've been doing well.
All right. Well, that's basically all I've got, unless Hedwig has another question.
Not really.
We're trying to move this along so we can get ready for expert, because we both have to beat
It's all good. I'm glad to be here.
Do you have any closing statements, Pasty?
Look out for us next week. We're coming.
All right. I have no idea who you're facing, but we'll figure that out for you soon enough. So
I don't remember how
congrats
Swift
again.
works, so
Me neither, but Sean has the algorithm somewhere. So congrats again on the win. We'll let you get back to your team.
Thank you. You have a good one, guys.
you too.
All right. Well, that's all we have for this game. Not much else to say about it. OVW did not look bad. Some things that geometric looks pretty good. Definitely could have gone to a map 5. I think these two teams are pretty deserving of their spots right next to each other in the standings, as it couldn't have been closer if they tried. Well, I guess it could have been a little bit closer, but oh well. Very close regardless. That's all we got. Got to get ready for expert stuff. So, see ya.
A peace nut.